Your mind is racing right now, isn't it? Thoughts bouncing around like pinballs, stress chemicals flooding your system, that familiar anxiety keeping you awake when all you want is peaceful sleep. But what if I told you that Richard Feynman, the Nobel Prize-winning physicist who unlocked the deepest secrets of quantum mechanics, discovered something extraordinary? The same principles that govern subatomic particles can be used to calm your mind and dissolve stress at the quantum level. This isn't meditation or mindfulness. This is hard science revealing how your consciousness operates according to quantum laws that most people never learn to harness. Feynman spent decades studying how particles exist in multiple states simultaneously until they're observed, and he realized that human thoughts follow identical patterns. Your stressed mind is like a quantum system in chaos, but once you understand the physics, you can collapse that chaos into perfect calm. Tonight, you're going to learn Feynman's revolutionary approach to using quantum mechanics for deep relaxation. His techniques don't just mask stress, they dissolve it at the fundamental level by working with the quantum nature of consciousness itself. You'll discover how to use superposition to exist in multiple calm states simultaneously, how quantum entanglement can connect you to universal peace, and how the observer effect can transform your mental state just by changing how you pay attention. This is the most scientifically advanced relaxation method ever developed, based on principles that govern the entire universe. By the end of this journey, your mind will be as calm and ordered as a perfectly balanced quantum system, ready for the deepest, most restorative sleep you've experienced in years. Before we dive into Richard Feynman's quantum approach to dissolving stress and achieving perfect relaxation, make sure you're in a comfortable position, perhaps lying down, because we're about to take your mind on a journey through the most peaceful dimensions of quantum physics. Richard Feynman's journey into quantum relaxation began with his famous observation that nobody understands quantum mechanics, but he discovered that you don't need to understand it intellectually to experience its calming effects. The physicist realized that consciousness itself operates according to quantum principles, and by aligning your awareness with these natural laws, you can achieve states of relaxation that seem almost magical in their depth and effectiveness. Imagine your current stress as a quantum system in what physicists call superposition, existing in multiple agitated states simultaneously. Right now, part of your mind might be worried about tomorrow, another part replaying today's problems, and yet another part anticipating future difficulties. In quantum terms, your consciousness is experiencing all these stress states at once, creating the mental chaos you feel as anxiety and tension. But here's where Feynman's genius comes in. Just as quantum particles collapse from multiple states into a single definite state when observed, your scattered thoughts can collapse into a single state of perfect calm when you observe them with the right kind of attention. The physicist called this conscious wave function collapse, and it's the foundation of quantum relaxation. Let's begin your first quantum relaxation exercise. Close your eyes and imagine that your mind is like an electron cloud around an atomic nucleus. In its natural state, this cloud represents all the possible positions where your thoughts might be, scattered, uncertain, existing everywhere and nowhere at once. This is the quantum superposition of your current mental state, and it's perfectly natural. Don't fight it. Simply observe it with gentle curiosity. Now, Feynman discovered that the act of gentle observation causes what he called quantum decoherence in mental systems. As you observe your scattered thoughts without judgment, they begin to settle into more definite, peaceful states. You're not forcing anything, you're simply allowing the natural quantum process of observation to collapse your mental superposition into a state of calm clarity. Feel how your breathing naturally slows as you observe this process. Feynman realized that breathing operates according to quantum rhythms. Each inhale brings in quantum energy from the universe, and each exhale releases the chaotic quantum states that create stress. Your breath is literally exchanging quantum information with the cosmos, and by becoming aware of this exchange, you can optimize it for maximum relaxation. The physicist also discovered what he called quantum entanglement relaxation. In quantum physics, particles can become entangled, sharing information instantaneously across any distance. Feynman realized that your consciousness can become entangled with the fundamental calm that exists at the quantum level of reality itself. This isn't metaphysics, it's physics applied to consciousness. Imagine now that your awareness is becoming quantum entangled with the deepest level of cosmic calm. At the quantum scale, beneath all the apparent chaos of the universe, there exists a profound stillness, the quantum vacuum state that underlies all of reality. This isn't empty space. It's a field of infinite potential, perfectly balanced and eternally peaceful. As your consciousness becomes entangled with this quantum calm, you begin to share its properties. The peace that exists at the foundation of reality becomes your peace. The stillness that underlies all motion becomes your stillness. You're not imagining this connection. You're experiencing the actual quantum entanglement that Feynman proved exists between all conscious observers and the universe they observe. Feel how this quantum entanglement creates what the physicist called non-local relaxation. Just as entangled particles affect each other instantaneously regardless of distance, your entanglement with cosmic calm affects your entire nervous system simultaneously. Every cell in your body is receiving the quantum information of perfect peace, and your stress is dissolving at the molecular level. Feynman also explored how the uncertainty principle applies to relaxation. In quantum mechanics, you cannot know both the position and momentum of a particle with perfect precision. There's always an element of uncertainty. The physicist realized that trying to control your thoughts with perfect precision actually creates more stress, because you're fighting against a fundamental law of nature. Instead of trying to control your thoughts exactly, allow them to exist in quantum uncertainty. Let your mind be like a quantum particle, sometimes focused, sometimes diffuse, always in gentle motion. This uncertainty isn't a problem to solve. It's a natural state to embrace. When you stop trying to pin down every thought with perfect precision, your mind naturally relaxes into its quantum ground state. The ground state in quantum physics is the lowest energy configuration of any system, the most stable, peaceful state possible. Your mind has a quantum ground state too, a level of consciousness that requires minimal energy to maintain and naturally tends toward calm and clarity. Feynman's relaxation techniques help you discover and settle into this mental ground state. Breathe deeply now and imagine your thoughts settling into their lowest energy configuration. Like electrons falling into their ground state orbitals, your mental processes are finding their most stable, peaceful arrangement. You don't need to force this. It happens naturally when you stop adding energy to mental agitation and allow quantum mechanics to optimize your consciousness for minimum stress and maximum calm. The physicist also discovered how quantum tunneling applies to relaxation. In the quantum world, particles can tunnel through energy barriers that should be impossible to cross. Similarly, your consciousness can tunnel through stress barriers that seem insurmountable, instantly accessing states of calm that appeared unreachable moments before. Right now, imagine that your current stress is like an energy barrier surrounding you. In classical physics, you would need enormous energy to climb over this barrier. But quantum tunneling allows you to pass through it effortlessly, emerging on the other side in a state of perfect relaxation. You don't need to overcome your stress. You can tunnel through it using the quantum properties of consciousness. Feel yourself quantum tunneling through the barrier of tension, passing through what seemed solid and emerging into a space of infinite calm. This isn't visualization. It's the application of real quantum mechanics to the quantum nature of your awareness. The same laws that allow particles to tunnel through barriers allow your consciousness to tunnel through stress into peace. Feynman was particularly fascinated by what he called quantum coherence in biological systems. He discovered that living organisms, including the human brain, maintain quantum coherence even at body temperature, something that was thought to be impossible. This quantum coherence in your neural networks is what allows consciousness to exist and what makes quantum relaxation techniques so effective. As you continue breathing slowly and deeply, imagine your neural networks achieving perfect quantum coherence. Like a laser where all photons move in perfect synchronization, your thoughts are aligning into a coherent state of calm awareness. This coherence eliminates the destructive interference patterns that create mental chaos and stress, replacing them with constructive interference that amplifies peace and clarity. The physicist also explored how the observer effect creates what he called relaxation through observation. In quantum mechanics, the act of observation changes the system being observed. When you observe your stress with the right kind of attention, gentle, curious, non-judgmental, you literally change its quantum state from agitated to calm. You are both the quantum system experiencing stress and the observer who can change that system through the act of observation. This isn't passive watching. It's active participation in the quantum mechanics of your own consciousness. Every moment of gentle awareness is collapsing stress states into calm states through the fundamental physics of observation. Notice how simply observing your current state of relaxation deepens it further. The more you observe your growing calm with gentle attention, the more that calm expands and stabilizes. You're experiencing the observer effect in real time, watching as your consciousness responds to your observation by becoming even more peaceful and centered. Feynman discovered that quantum systems naturally tend toward their most stable configurations when left undisturbed. Your mind follows the same principle. When you stop agitating your thoughts with worry and resistance, they naturally settle into stable patterns of calm awareness. This is why quantum relaxation feels so effortless once you understand the physics behind it. Allow your mind to find its natural quantum equilibrium now. Like a quantum system cooling toward absolute zero, your thoughts are settling into their lowest energy states. Mental agitation requires energy to maintain, and as you withdraw that energy by releasing resistance and control, your consciousness naturally cools into perfect stillness. The physicist also studied how quantum fields create what he called zero-point relaxation. Even in the vacuum of space, quantum fields fluctuate with zero-point energy, the minimum energy that remains even at absolute zero temperature. This zero-point field is incredibly calm and stable, and your consciousness can tap into this same quantum stability. Imagine your awareness expanding to connect with the zero-point field that underlies all of reality. This field is always present, always calm, always available, as a source of infinite peace. As your consciousness aligns with this quantum foundation, you inherit its properties of perfect stability and unshakable calm. Feel how this connection to the zero-point field creates what Feynman called quantum resilience. Just as quantum systems can maintain coherence despite environmental disturbance, your calm awareness becomes resistant to external stress. You're not avoiding stress. You're developing the quantum properties that make stress unable to disturb your fundamental peace. Feynman was amazed by how quantum entanglement creates instantaneous connections across any distance. He realized that consciousness can become entangled not just with cosmic calm, but with the peaceful aspects of your own past and future. Through quantum entanglement, you can access the calm you felt as a child and the wisdom you'll have as an elder, bringing both into your present moment. Right now, allow your consciousness to become entangled with every moment of peace you've ever experienced. These moments exist simultaneously in the quantum field of your memory, and through entanglement, their calm can be accessed instantly. You're not remembering peace, you're quantum tunneling into it, making it present and real right now. Similarly, entangle your awareness with the deep wisdom and calm that your future self will possess. This isn't fantasy. Quantum mechanics shows that all moments exist simultaneously from certain perspectives. By entangling with your future calm, you're bringing that peace into your current experience through the non-local connections that quantum physics proves are real. The physicist discovered that what we call sleep is actually a natural quantum phase transition, a change from the excited states of waking consciousness to the ground states of sleeping awareness. Understanding this quantum nature of sleep allows you to facilitate this transition more smoothly and completely. As you prepare for sleep, imagine your consciousness undergoing a gentle quantum phase transition. Like water cooling into ice, your awareness is transitioning from the higher energy states of waking thought to the lower energy states of sleep consciousness. This isn't loss of awareness. It's transformation into a different quantum state optimized for rest and restoration. Feel your thoughts becoming less defined, more wave-like, as they transition into sleep states. In quantum physics, particles can exist as either particles or waves depending on how they're observed. As you stop observing your thoughts with waking attention, they naturally transition into their wave-like sleep forms, diffuse, flowing, peaceful. Feynman also explored how quantum tunneling facilitates the transition into sleep. Instead of trying to force your way through the energy barrier between waking and sleeping, allow your consciousness to tunnel through it effortlessly. One moment you're awake, and the next you've tunneled through into the peaceful quantum states of deep sleep. The physicist understood that the deepest sleep occurs when consciousness achieves what he called quantum decoherence with the environment. Your awareness becomes so internally coherent and stable that it naturally decouples from external stimuli, creating the perfect conditions for restorative sleep. As you settle deeper into relaxation, feel your consciousness becoming increasingly coherent within itself while naturally decoupling from the external world. Sounds become distant and unimportant, physical sensations fade into background awareness, and your thoughts slow into the gentle rhythms of approaching sleep. This quantum decoherence isn't unconsciousness, it's a highly organized state where your awareness becomes perfectly aligned with the natural rhythms of the universe. You're not losing consciousness, you're discovering its deepest, most peaceful quantum states. Feynman's final insight was that sleep is a return to what he called quantum unity, a state where individual consciousness merges with the universal quantum field from which it emerged. In sleep, the boundaries between self and universe dissolve, allowing for the deepest possible rest and restoration. Feel yourself approaching this state of quantum unity now. Your individual awareness is gently merging with the infinite calm of the quantum field that underlies all existence. You remain yourself, while simultaneously becoming one with the peaceful foundation of reality itself. In this state of quantum unity, stress cannot exist because there's no separate self to be stressed. Problems cannot disturb you because there's no individual consciousness to be disturbed. You exist as pure awareness, perfectly aligned with the calm intelligence that governs the universe at the quantum level. As you drift into sleep, know that you're not losing consciousness but discovering its most fundamental form. You're returning to the quantum source from which all awareness emerges, the peaceful field of infinite potential that Feynman spent his life studying and that now embraces you with perfect, eternal calm. Let the quantum field of universal peace carry you into the deepest, most restorative sleep, knowing that the same laws that govern the stars and atoms are now guiding you into perfect rest. You are one with the quantum universe, and in that unity all stress dissolves into the infinite calm that is your true nature. Sleep now, quantum being, carried by the gentle waves of Feynman's physics into the peaceful depths where consciousness rests in perfect harmony with the fundamental laws of existence. The universe itself is singing you to sleep with the quiet music of quantum mechanics, and in that cosmic lullaby, you find the deepest peace imaginable. If this journey through Richard Feynman's quantum relaxation techniques has brought you the deep calm and peace you were seeking, remember that these principles are always available to you. The quantum nature of consciousness never changes, and the peaceful foundation of reality is always there to support you. Subscribe to our channel for more science-based relaxation techniques, and let me know in the comments how quantum physics has transformed your relationship with stress and sleep. Sweet dreams, and may the quantum field of infinite peace carry you through the most restful night of your life.